This morning's Last Jedi trailer was totally wizard. But we didn't see one bit of that new character Rose, played by Kelly Marie Tran. I'm Joe Starr, and this is Screen Junkies News. Star Wars Celebration is still going strong, and I am still not there, and I'm still not jealous. Seriously, not jealous. So, you know what would make me jealous? If there was a pod racing panel, just a whole panel of pod. I don't know how you'd do that, if it'd be like real life Quidditch where you run around on the broomstick, but it's pod racing, then I'd be jealous. The Last Jedi was absolutely the panel of the day this morning because there was no pod racing panel, giving us our first real tidbits of information about the film, including our first look at the poster and our first information on a new main character played by Kelly Marie Tran, simply named Rose. Here to tell us about who she's playing is a couple of other indoor kids, Matt Key, Joseph Scrimshaw. Welcome to the show, guys.
How'd you know I was an indoor kid?
I think it's the pasty glow of our flesh.
Yeah, I think so.
Screams
I think it's the fact that they actually turned the lighting down because we have a weird Star Wars sheen today.
Jedi.
So let's jump into this new character, Rose. But first, I did, I don't think there's a better panel to point this out and how important it is than three straight white male nerds. But Kelly Marie Tran not only, sort of continuing that Star Wars tradition of casting unknown actors in roles and making them, which I think is super cool. First woman of color in a lead role for a Star Wars movie, which is huge. It's absolutely huge. Can we all agree, panel of straight white men?
I think you are right, other straight white man.
Thank you.
I 100% agree with the words that you said.
Now that our virtue signaling is complete comments, let's onwards with Rose information. Joseph, let's talk Rose. Do we sort of have any thoughts on who she is or what we're going to see?
Yeah.
What'd they tell us?
Oh, I always have thoughts. So they said specifically, really strange amount of detail in a way to say that she is a maintenance worker of the Resistance and to really say she's not a soldier. She's just somebody who falls into this adventure with Finn and really supporting that idea that anyone can be a hero, which I think is all great. But to me, it's interesting because her background, which, isn't a ton of credits for being cast in such a huge film.
You mean the actor's background?
Yeah. The actor's background is a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
So I'm really
UCB,
interested.
college humor.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that's kind of cool where it's like, oh, where can I see this Star Wars lead previously? On a college humor video.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Or a couple of blocks from my home at UCB. Yeah. She's just down the, I'm sure I've passed her getting groceries, which is
You've
awesome.
seen her Herald team.
No, let's not go that far. I had thought maybe when she was announced that she would be an element of comedy in the movie. But then when I'm thinking like, a maintenance worker, like I don't think she's going to be like the wacky janitor of Star Wars.
just waving a wrench at Finn.
giving like free advice to everybody, like fixing every person's life.
I mean, but I still think, so I don't think it's gonna be like wacky, but I still think that she might bring some element of comedy because like appropriately in this trailer, we saw a lot of like weighty stuff. What is the meaning of the Force? Are the Jedi over? So obviously some fun has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, a little bit of light. I've got a bad feeling about this. Kind of has to come from somewhere. Well, Rian Johnson, which I still pronounce as Rayon because of that I in his name, had this to say about Rose. She gets pulled out of, Finn, he gets pulled out of wherever he is and be this unlikely hero. The notion that anyone out there, any of us can step up and turn into a hero, like you were saying, Joseph. That's really where the character of Rose comes from. She's not a soldier, she's not looking to be a hero, and she gets pulled in a very big way into an adventure in this movie with Finn. So I kind of like the idea of Finn as this like weird Obi-Wan dragging Luke out of the farm for this one. Just Finn being like, I don't know what I'm doing, come on.
I think that might be it. I mean, if the Resistance base gets attacked like it looks like in the trailer, maybe they just end up in a ship together, escaping somewhere.
Some of the sort of like spoiler sort of talk from some of the websites that I've read have said that
tell me the World Wide Web skinny.
The WWS has maybe pointed at her being like a hacker sort of character, like a Star Wars hacker, and she's cyber gloves that are fingerless and trench coats and such.
Where on the web are you? This is dark web stuff, isn't it?
I made that last part up. But
splicers? Is that what they're called in the Star Wars books?
Yeah,
they're splicers.
So she's a splicer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know that for sure. That's what I've read on the internet, that she ends up on a mission with Finn as a hacker in some capacity.
Okay, well, guys, that's not official. We're not running with it, but absolutely run with it.
I thought we were done. I thought we figured out the mystery.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Good night, everybody. Wow, Joe Star actually left.
Guys, that is committing to the fit. You just hear the door close. So that's kind of one of our duos, it looks like, in this movie. And then, of course, the other big duo, obviously, is Luke and Rey. They addressed their relationship a little more, and they gave us a quote. This is from Daisy Ridley, and I quote, "We go deeper into Rey's story. Rey has a certain expectation as to what she might be getting from Luke and what that might entail. As a lot of people know, it's difficult when you meet your heroes because it might not be what you expect." Which is kind of cool. It's almost like a meta statement on what fans expect from this meeting in a way. Like they just want a straight cut to like her running around with like him as a backpack and like lifting rocks. But it's clearly from, you know, between the trailer and what they talked about in the panel today, not going to be like that. What do you guys make of it?
Yeah, I expect that Rey is going to have to be the optimistic one in the hopeful one and really try to talk Luke into the training. And I think Luke's really going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll show you the Force. It's awful.
He's too old for this.
Yeah. I'm too old for this. Yeah. I was too old to be trained, and now I'm too old to train you. So I think that she's going to bring a lot of that sort of the innocence and optimism of her character. I like that her character in The Force Awakens hadn't really experienced the world. She'd just been on Jakku, and she had imagined what the world would be.
Yeah,
so she has those great lines.
I didn't know there was this much green in the entire universe.
Exactly. You know, so I think she might meet Luke and just go, I didn't know there was this much pessimism in the universe. You know, like, maybe she's going to just really have to counsel him.
I think that beard has made you very sad.
Yeah.
It's a very sad beard.
It's a very, very sad beard.
Yes. That is, we know I believe what was the first line in the Who Are You? I think the second line is, that is a sad beard. Also, don't run with that, but run with that. That's a ScreenJunkies exclusive. That is a very sad beard.
Do you think she calls it hobo beard? You got a hobo beard.
A new hobo
A new hobo beard?
All right. So let's stop. I'm making puns now, so it's time. And now our producer is starting to fire me. So let's wrap this up.
Starting to fire you.
It's starting to fire me.
The process of being fired has started.
It's actually very similar to the Death Star and Star Killer getting warmed up. There's a guy with the lever that's like,
now witness the firepower of this fully operational producer who can fire you.
Yeah, except instead of a giant laser, it's just me disappointing my wife today. Yeah. All right. I do want to talk about
weaponized disappointment. The Joe Star story.
Oh, Scrimshaw.
Let's talk about the poster. That's so good. Let's talk about the poster. Let's bring it up. So obviously, lots of people talking about this poster today. Is it cool? Is it not? Is she throwing a Tron frisbee in the air? Here's what I want to do, gentlemen. This isn't an official ScreenJunkies branded overanalyzed video, but I do want to do a little bit of competitive overanalyzing of this poster. So here's what we're going to do, gentlemen. If you guys are up for the challenge, I'm going to set my clock for 1 minute.
Okay.
For 1 minute.
One full minute.
You guys are going to start analyzing. The first one of you, 30. I'm going to. My producer's giving me another note.
Keep your job. Keep your job.
That was a first ignition of the firing.
I feel like Tim Meadows and Mean Girls. I'll keep you here till 4. So I'm going to set my clock for 30 seconds. You guys are going to start analyzing. The first one of you that can't cut it and just analyze the crap out of this poster.
Pull back. There we go.
Is fired from my life and loses all respect.
Oh, yeah.
And can't go see the movie when it opens.
I'll kill you.
We're ready. We're gonna start with Key. We'll start at the far left. All right, guys, here we go. And 30 seconds, go.
So right there, you see that there's blue and red in Rey's lightsaber. I think that means that the Force is being blended together because that's Luke and Vader.
Yeah, Kylo Ren is much smaller than Luke's head, which means Kylo Ren's head might actually be shrunk in this film.
Right.
Conversely, Mark Hamill playing Luke may be a giant in this film because his head is so much larger. Perhaps he's a planet eater.
Obviously.
His beard is prominent enough to suspect that it might be another character possibly played by Benicio del Toro.
Time, guys. From Benicio del Toro to head shrinking, guys. 30 seconds is 30 seconds.
Oh man, I had so many more go.
I know, but we got so much information. I think out of that, every bit of that you can put on Wikipedia. You can take it as gospel. Gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out. Matt, are you stoked about this movie?
Yeah, I mean maybe.
Scrimshaw, are you snoked about this movie?
Snoked.
I won't answer puns normally, but for you, Joe Star, yes, I'm snoked.
Thanks for hanging out, buddy. I'm Supreme Leader Snoke. Internet, we want to know. Are you excited about Rose? Are you excited about Luke? Do you think his beard's a little sad? Let us know in the YouTube comments below. And even though this is a Star Wars video and this is the internet, try not to be jerks to each other. You can click around here for more Screen Junkies news. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. May the Force be with you.